Hello everyone, welcome to our brand new camper van. We just picked it up yesterday, finally had the custom build finished. It is a 2024 Ram Promaster 3500 and we dropped it off with 506 vans in North Texas. Took them about 2 months, but they custom built the interior. We're going to give you a quick tour and show you what we have. Before we go to the interior, I just want to point out the running board he installed. ProMasters have a pretty high step up from the ground, and some folks will use a step stool, something like that, to get in and out of the van. We asked them to install a running board, but we didn't count on is that would go all the way up to the front so that the passenger, when they step in, can also get into their area pretty easily. That's an important addition if you don't want to have to step in and out directly off the ground. And then as we work toward the interior, we had them install swivel seats, so both of the seats, driver and passenger, swivel around. That increases your seating area when you're using the interior of the van. They all both just swivel back front when you're not using them in that direction. And we had a lagoon table installed. This, of course, is standard lagoon table, swivels, but basically any direction you want. If you're in the driver's seat, you can work from here with this table. You can work from the bench. You'll do all of those. For the passenger, if you want, or if you're doing something prep in the kitchen, this folds out and extends. So you can use it as a desk this direction. It extends your countertop this direction. So if you're prepping something here, it works that way. And then it just folds right back down again. Inside, we have this bench, and it's hollow inside. So we store our cassette toilet in one end of it. Then the other half of it is going to be storage for other things. We're thinking shoes right now and some other odds and ends that we'll put in there. So that's what's inside the bench. Under the sink countertop, we have directly under the sink, we have two 7-gallon jugs. One's for fresh, one is for gray water. We have a C-Flow self-priming pump that runs that. That's run off of the DC power, the 12-volt power. We have 5 drawers in the cabinet for storage. They're all soft close and they lock when you press them. Then behind me, we have a wardrobe that we had him add. This doesn't come with his standard build. We had him add this. So there's some storage in here, extra storage that we wanted. We have 2 overhead cabinets for storage as well. And there's one more overhead cabinet right here in the bed area. We're going to probably put a lot of our clothes. But we have plenty, we think, of storage. We'll find out. We have 2 outlets up front. One here that's hidden. It pops up. Then we have one over here near this counter to run kitchen appliances and so forth. And then this is our refrigerator. This is the Medic refrigerator. It's fairly large and roomy. It runs very quietly, and it's DC powered. It's kept it cool for the last couple of days we've had it. We've only had the van for 2 days built out. So we also have this really cool feature we asked him to add, and this is a pull-out pantry. So here you have multiple shelves where you can store stuff, and these shelves are adjustable. You can see right now this is not going, you can't really put anything in and out. But he gave us enough shelves that we can move these around and make them the height we want or the number of shelves we want. And that just stores away and locks right there. Then here we have a door into our garage. So you can access it if it's pouring rain. We don't have to go outside to access our garage. I mean, we got to crawl through the opening, but that's okay. We do still have access in there from the inside of the van. Then our lights, we have 10 puck lights in the main area and then in the bed area, 10 total. And they have a rheostat switch. These are DC powered. They just turn on and off very easily. They're very bright. We tested them last night in the dark. It's extremely bright in here, which is awesome. But you can put it at whatever level you want because it's like a dimmer switch. We have a really nice ceiling fan here. Of course, operated in the rain. It has its own sunshade, and you can continue running the fan with the sunshade closed. It has openings here to pull air in or push air out. So even with the sunshade closed, you can keep running the fan, which is handy at night if you don't want light coming in. In the bed area, you can see the overhead storage I mentioned earlier. This is a queen size RV mattress oriented east to west. We thought that would give us the most room in the front area. We have 2 cooktops. His standard build comes with an induction cooktop, but because of power draw and the fact that we want to spend a lot of time outside the van when we're camping with it, we also asked for a 2-burner propane stove, so he gave us one of those as well. Each side of the van has slider bunk windows, so we can get some good draft or some good airflow across the bed. But to assist with that, there are also 3 fans back here. There's 2 on the back part of the van. And then there's one in the corner up toward the slider pantry. So there's 3 fans blowing air across the bed in addition to the slider windows on each side. There's also reading lamps above each side of the bed, and each of those reading lamps has a USB charging port in it. So you can charge as well as use the lamp. You can see that we have a really nice large garage back here for storage, which was very important to us. We didn't want a bunch of stuff back here that blocked off our storage. So we got a large amount of space back here to use. If you look up also, you can see over the bed, we have a 15,000 BTU air conditioner that also functions as a heat pump, but we most likely will not use it as a heater 99% of the time because we have a velvet heater underneath the passenger seat that runs off the fuel in the van's gas tank. So this is probably just primarily an air conditioner for us. 15,000 BTUs is kind of, in some opinions, an overkill for this size van, but we don't want to be sweating every night. So we put in a little bit of a larger AC than we probably needed. You can see there's storage on the back doors. These are Van Essential storage system. Tim put these in for us just out of the kindness of his heart. We didn't actually ask for them, but he put them in for us. There's storage down here on the bottom. There's storage up here on the top of the doors, and then each pillar has storage pockets down the side as well. And every window in the van has some Van Essentials windows cover, so we can completely black this out, which saves on heat loss or heat exchange through the windows. Gives us some privacy as well. Okay, let's talk electrical. This does everything we need in this van. This is a Blue Eddy Elite 300, and it's going to provide all the power we need. We have 3 ways to charge this, and they all can charge at the same time. Because we got the power package on the Ram, it has the upgraded alternator, so we can charge it from the alternator when the engine's running. We have 500 watts of solar on the roof. It can charge solar, and it can also charge via shore power when we're plugged in. So it can charge from all 3 sources at once. So there's really not a great risk of this running out of power unless we're boondocking and it's so cloudy for so many days straight that we can't get a lot of solar. But just in the short time we've had this, the solar has been able to charge this pretty quickly. So we don't anticipate that's going to be an issue with power running out on us. And finally, on the exterior, just a few things to point out. The windows, again, this van came with no windows anywhere on the body of the vehicle, just the front cab area. So we had them install windows, the 2 bunk windows you saw, sliding door window. We opted for fixed glass here without the ability to open either sliding or T-vent because based on our research, the opening and closing of this door puts stress on that glass. We didn't want to have an issue with anything like that. So we just had fixed glass here knowing that we're going to have this door open in most weather situations unless it's extremely hot. And we're going to block those off the front, the slider, and the back area with bug screens. So we'll be able to get a better airflow. So we have fixed glass there. On the other side where the bench is, we got a T-vent window. We want to airflow through there. The bench is where primarily I'm going to be working during the day. So we want to be able to get some airflow back there. So we put T-vent windows there. And then the rear door windows. Those are fixed glass as well. We had them install those as well. Above, you can kind of see the solar panels there on the roof rack, and you can maybe see the air conditioner a little bit. One good thing about that AC unit is it's pretty low profile. It doesn't really stick up that much, so it's not real obvious when you're driving down the road or if you're trying to mooch camp somewhere. It's not real obvious that the AC is sticking up. And then here on this edge, on the top of the van, we have a Fiamma F80S awning. It's manual. You crank it out, it'll fold out and give us some additional shade. It'll extend our livable area outside the van a bit, assuming the weather's not 105 degrees like it is in Texas right now. So that will pop out, and then the handle to roll that in and out is stored in the garage. It's got some clips. It snaps in so it's out of the way and doesn't get with all your storage.